Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Goodie Life, where life is good and everything is great. And today's video is a little bit different. I'm calling it a bonus video. Really fun. So I wanted to share the last live IG video that we did this Saturday. Hi everyone! Welcome back to Cooking with the Nimjays.
Happy Friday!
Yes, happy Friday. And I'm so excited about today's IG Live. Most of you know we do our IG Live every Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
And
it's a different day today.
yes. And we normally prepare a full meal. But today I'm just making a chocolate souffle. It's a simple and elegant dessert. It's super easy to make. It's like 10 minutes, I would say, prep time, and 10 to 12 minutes baking time.
But it's amazing.
Yes, but it's amazing. Wow, it's 11 p.m. in the UK. Thank you for joining us, Weight Goal. And today's video is not only about making the chocolate souffle, but I am so happy for what we're doing today and what this video is more so about. If you guys follow me on Instagram or on my YouTube, you definitely know my whole channel and my whole Insta is all about promoting motivation, inspiration, and self-growth in all different aspects and areas of your life. And what's even, I truly believe that we must always prioritize ourselves first, take care of ourselves, and make sure that we're doing okay. But something that's the most important and goes very much so along with that is supporting each other. Being there for everyone else that you can be there for, or if you can help someone else.
That's true.
And helping someone don't only have to mean where you're donating or you're doing something financially. Supporting someone and helping someone can be as simple as listening to someone, what they're going through, being there for them, holding their hands, giving them a hug. Or other ways is bringing awareness. And today this video is so much so about that. It's not only about baking a chocolate souffle like I said, but we're going to be bringing awareness to Fragile X syndrome. When I started, you wanted to share about when we started our first live IG?
No, you go ahead.
All right. When we started our first live IG, we had this amazing young man joined in. And ever since then, every week he's on our live and he's watching our videos. And he even came one time with us live. He came on one time with us to say hi, right? And as I was texting his mom and I was talking to his mom told me about Fragile X syndrome. I had no idea before what it is or what it was. She told us about it and she told us this is the month that they bring awareness to it. And I'm so happy that I can use my social media platform to help bring some awareness to this cause. With that said, I think it's time to bring them in, right?
Yeah.
I think this is a great time for us to bring in that young man and his mom to join us. So, call them in. And thank you everyone who's joining in. Thank you so much. Hi Stephanie. How are you?
Good, thank you. You were saying something so lovely. We were glowing here.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Jordan. So is it the family or just you and Jordan joining us?
It's me and Jordan. He's feeling a little shy at the very moment, but he's
He's ready. He is so ready for us.
Hey, Jordan.
How are you?
Hi.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. You are so brave. You just turned 12 and you are on Insta Live. Wow. He's more prepared than me.
I know, yeah. He has everything ready.
You're more prepared than I am. So what's the first thing you have, Jordan?
What do we got here? Come show pen.
The chocolate chip.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are going to be baking along with me and Jordan, before his mom starts telling us a little bit about what Fragile X syndrome is, Jordan, the first thing we're going to have is the chocolate chips, right?
Yeah.
Good. So let me just go over in case anybody's baking along. We're going to add a cup of chocolate chips in a bowl, and you're going to heat some heavy cream, and you're going to add it to that, and then you're going to crack 2 egg whites on the side. But while Jordan and I are prepping that, Stephanie, if you don't mind, telling us like what it was like finding out about Jordan having Fragile X syndrome, and what exactly is that as we're prepping our stuff.
Yes, so Fragile X syndrome is a genetic condition that he was born with. And basically what happens, without getting too much into science, is in his DNA, there's too many repetitions on his genetic code. And what that does is it shuts off the body's production of a protein called FMRP. And that protein does a lot of things. It actually regulates hundreds of genes as well. But one of the main things it does is regulate the nervous system. So that's what kind of keeps your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system in balance. So without it, you're often in fight or flight. You can get very anxious very quickly, and it takes you a long time to calm down because you don't have that protein kicking in and regulating yourself. So folks with Fragile X have a lot of intellectual disability, but they also have the anxiety, and it's a lot easier to get through life actually with intellectual disability. It's the anxiety that is very difficult on a moment-to-moment basis. And it's considered rare. 1 in 4,000 have the syndrome, but actually 1 in 150 women carry it. So I actually carry the gene, and so it's not rare at all to carry it. Many people have no idea that they carry it. I did not. And so you're reproducing without knowing kind of what the consequences could be. You mixing it? Oh, good. So that's a lot of information, but hopefully it's kind of boiled down.
No, that was very informational actually. Just wanted so somehow the person has to be a carrier. It's a genetic, right?
Yep. It can be the mother or father, but because it's on the X chromosome, and females have 2 X, they get an X from their mom and X from their dad. They often have a backup gene, so they're not as impacted because one of their chromosomes can make the protein. But males are an X chromosome and a Y, so they always get the X from the mother and the Y from their father. And so they don't have that second copy of the gene to kind of fall back on. So you see males impacted more significantly with the condition than females.
Yeah. And wow, I see Jordan, you have it, you're just going at it, man. You have it going. You're doing a great job, Jordan. You're doing it. Take your time. We're not in a rush. We're definitely not in a rush, okay? So do you have your chocolate melted already, Jordan? Do you have your chocolate ready?
Yeah, he's all ready. He's doing the blending.
Oh, can he hear me?
We can now, but the machine was too loud.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I was asking him, do you have your chocolate ready, Jordan? I'm gonna add my vanilla. And a pinch of salt and an egg yolk to the chocolate right now.
Oh, okay.
So we're adding 1 egg yolk.
Just the yellow.
Just the yellow yolk. And a pinch of salt. And a teaspoon of vanilla.
Yep.
Yeah, you're done?
Yes. And
then we're just gonna mix this together. So while we're mixing this, Stephanie, did it take you a while to find this out about Jordan, or?
He was almost 5 before he was diagnosed.
Oh,
and that's another reason we raise awareness, because it's a simple blood test. So a blood test and you can know, but we actually went through years of neurologists, cognitive tests, developmental tests, and he was almost 5. And he actually spent 2 days at Yale in their autism child center, and they still couldn't diagnose him. So the CDC says 4 out of 10 families say they visited a health professional more than 10 times before the diagnosis. So since the diagnosis, our life has improved drastically because we know what we're dealing with, and until you know what you're dealing with, you can't really address it.
Yeah.
effectively. So that's the other reason we raise awareness, because nobody should have to kind of go through those frustrations and struggles when it's a blood test and it's pretty quick to identify.
Absolutely. And the rarity of it is something I can definitely understand what you mean, because my family, they struggle with muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
And it's from my mom's side. They're the carrier. So one person is the carrier of it. And
Right.
it affected a few of my mom's siblings to where their muscle basically just deteriorates and they move into a wheelchair. They cannot move anymore. So like for myself, I can be the carrier of it. But
Okay.
if a tool is not a carrier, then our child, the likely probability of them having it is very like it's not going to happen possibly.
Okay.
I know how difficult it is to find out these things or not knowing what it is or how to deal with it.
It is. So I have about a 50-50 chance. It's actually, they can kind of count my mutations and repetitions and get something exact. So if they say it's like 50-50 chance, based on my genetic code, it's more like 70-30. So we have another son, younger, who is not impacted. He does not have the condition, and he doesn't carry the condition either. But again, he was already 3 before Jordan was even diagnosed. So we had
So Jordan, what do you have going on there? Me and Mom, we're just talking. I have my chocolate, Jordan. Check it out already. It has everything in here. And now you have yours ready too, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna whip my egg whites really fast so I can get it going. So the machine is gonna go here for a bit.
That's stiff.
Not stiff?
No.
Okay, so whip them with her.
Oh. You see me then? Oh.
And you just want it to have a peak like that, and that's good enough for the egg white. So I have my egg whites ready and my chocolate. I forgot we have to add the sugar in, guys. Let's add two teaspoons of sweetness to your liking into the egg white, and I'm gonna blend it one more time. So I make sure the sugar gets melted into it. Jordan, are you doing a better job than me, man? You have everything going. And as we're gonna fold this in, Stephanie, I know one of the thing is knowing what something is, like knowing what it is and giving it a diagnosis is very important. That's the first part. But the next thing, especially for people who are watching this video out there and they're learning more about it, the most important part is communicating with the person who have Fragile X syndrome. So what are some things you learned as a mom, and just I call you a researcher now because you look so much into these things, you know? What are the best ways that that we make sure we're communicating effectively, we're supporting this person to the best of our ability and giving them the coping skills they need without making him feel different or making someone with Fragile X syndrome feel different?
Right. So they're generally very social creatures.
Oh, okay.
And they love to be around people more than anything.
Oh.
So just knowing that it may look like they're having a good time because there's a lot of anxiety that they just can't control, they often are. Like, this is a bit stressful, but there's nowhere he'd rather be besides here right now. So just knowing that and going with it, and not escalating the situation yourself by you kind of getting worked up is kind of the best thing that you can do. Give them space. You know, if you see people getting a little ruffled in their feathers, just kind of backing off and taking it slowly. So we spend a lot of time transitioning. We do a lot of traveling on our Instagram page is Copy and Currency, and that's a page where we've highlighted our travels around the world to help raise awareness. It's actually something he loves to do. He takes after his mom from that perspective, and so when he's traveling, he doesn't see a lot of familiar faces, which can cause him a lot of anxiety. Everyone ignores him, which is great because attention is really difficult for people with Fragile X to receive. Okay. So he's just in his own element, very calm, kind of roaming around the world when he's not in his normal environment. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that's something that he excels at, feels good about, and we're going with that. Everyone's strength is different, and that's what we're going. He also loves to cook, so this is like right up there.
Oh, good. So finding out his strength is really important. Like you said, for him, he has the traveling from you, and he likes to cook. So you utilize that within your use, you know, how to help him.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that information with us. I think we're all learning something about Fragile X syndrome, also not learning what it is, but how to help support out there. That's really good. How is he doing with his mixing? He got it ready? He's ready? Everyone ready?
Yeah.
So just like IGLive, right before we pour it in, we kind of have it done already. So I wanted to show everybody before it goes down, if you guys don't mind. So this is what it looks like once you take it out of the oven.
Nice.
So we're going to still pour this in. So it just got done. So I have to show the souffle or else it goes right down. So the next thing I'm prepping is the ramekins.
Okay.
So I have...
Let him mix it.
Yeah, he's mixing. I see he's mixing. Wow, you're doing a good job, buddy. Ours look the same.
Look how nicely he's folding it in and everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he bakes every day, every morning and every afternoon. So this is like...
He is really good at baking. Wow. Look at him go.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. I don't think I was that good when I was your age.
I know. I don't think I could have done that when I was 12. Wow. Hey, Wanderlust. Thank you for joining us in from Argentina. Welcome. We're baking a chocolate souffle, and I have this awesome teenager who's helping me out here. He is also baking along. You know, you have your camera set up really well, Stephanie. How did you do that?
Oh, it's my husband, as you suggested.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
You are a good camera.
Personal attention that they're getting.
Thank you for joining us in too.
The other quick thing I would say just for your audience is if you're a carrier, you have totally different health risks than people that have Fragile X.
Okay.
So as a carrier, you can develop like a neurodegenerative disorder later in life, 50s or 60s, which is usually misdiagnosed as Parkinson's. So that's just something to keep in mind if you know anyone. They might actually be a carrier, male or female, that are misdiagnosed. And so the treatments would be different as well. And then the other quick thing is that Fragile X syndrome is the leading known genetic cause of autism. It only accounts for 1% of autistic cases, but it is the only known genetic cause, or I should say the leading one. So if there's any developmental delay, cognitive impact, they should always be tested for Fragile X syndrome. Something we didn't know, something a lot of people don't know. I diagnosed him. That story is all too familiar in the Fragile X community.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. No matter what, I think people are going to learn so much from this video. And At
Yeah,
least we're bringing
we learned
awareness.
a lot, too.
We learned a lot. Yes, we learned a lot also from this video. A lot of time people think of if somebody is in a certain profession that we're supposed to know all these things, but that is not true. We only know so much, you know, and the best person that really knows themselves is the individual who's going through it also.
It's true.
So I'm gonna pour mine
And
in.
it was
Oh,
only
Jordan's ahead. He's already pouring it into
91.
his container. Can you start the camera down there? So you're gonna add it into the ramekin. Don't overflow it. Just keep it right about before it gets to the top.
IGLive. IGLive.
How are you making, Jordan?
How many did you get, Jordan? Did you get 4? I'm trying to get 4. I'm trying to squeeze another tiny one here.
I'll finish that off for you. Nasty. Okay, you can watch that. Yeah, you watch it, right?
IGLive.
Doctor.
All right.
This is the one day.
This onto our tray. And let me see. How are you guys doing? You have it poured in?
Yep. We are all set to put it in the oven.
Great. And we have this tray right here. Jordan, if you watched us last week, you saw how Atul is obsessed with his Instapot, right? So
Yeah.
air fryer. That's what he's going to add it in.
I can't believe you put meat in there. I was surprised. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can add a full chicken in here.
Wow, we have a little one. We do like small samosas and stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize.
What's the
And you bake it for 12 minutes, and you'll see it rise in a bit, and you have the other one, right? Because we have the pre-done.
It went down.
It went down. So the thing about souffle, as soon as it rises up, we have to show it right away. So that's why we showed it earlier.
It right away, too.
And you eat it right away. It goes right down.
What else do you bake, Jordan?
What else have you baked recently, Jordan?
You do any baking stuff, right?
It's the
He watches a lot of YouTubers and then copies the recipes that he sees.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. That's awesome.
Cupcakes, meringue, egg whites are his favorite. Whipped cream. He can get. Sometimes I say I want some whipped cream, and he can just do it soup to nuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Jordan, for baking with me today. And you know, Stephanie, I want to thank you so much for coming up and just joining in and telling us and educating us more about Fragile X syndrome. One thing I like to say, like I mentioned this earlier, as experts and things like that, we know certain things, but one person that will go to the end of the world and back for us is a mother. And you are a phenomenal mom. I still remember texting you one day and you were like, I'm in the conference for Fragile X syndrome. So it doesn't matter if it's day or night, you're working around the clock to give your son the best support and help he needs. He's so lucky to have you as you are to have him. Not getting emotional. Now I'm turning the video into awareness to parents, okay?
Yes.
So I just want to tell you, you're a phenomenal mom. I myself, I'm so grateful for my own mom. And let's not forget the dads out there too. The dads work just as hard. So yeah, let's basically just be grateful to our parents, right? So, yes, thank both of you so much for joining us. I hope you like the chocolate souffle, Jordan, and enjoy it.
Send us a picture how it turns out.
Having us, it was so generous and kind of you for using your platform to raise something awareness that's so near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye, Jordan.
Bye, Jordan.
Send
Bye.
us a picture before you eat it.
Yeah, show us a picture before. Okay.
We will.
Bye.
All right, you guys have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye. So really quick, I wanted to show everybody how it's baking. Can you turn the light up? It's already starting to rise. As you can see, the souffle is already rising right there. The chocolate souffle. And it's going to get puffy, guys. It's going to go high, like halfway more up of that small, tiny container.
And once it comes out, you dust some
Yeah,
powdered sugar on
you
it?
can put some powdered sugar on it or some cocoa if you want to add on top of the souffle. And it's really easy and ready to go. It's delicious,
Yeah.
right? It's
I'm
very
going to
fluffy.
finish them all as soon as they come out of there.
Oh, yeah, you can eat one or two quickly, right?
Yeah,
Is it still going?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to raise more.
It's going to raise more. It's taking its time.
Well, I mean,
to.
it's just been 3 minutes. So.
Yeah, it's only been 3 minutes. It's still going. So I won't hold you guys here the whole time. But thank you all so much for joining in today. And we will see you guys next Saturday where we do our regular IG cooking.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining in for this
Bye,
video.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.